Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Church at Home for Pre-K. David, today we're going to talk about David again. No, not you, David. David from the Bible. Oh, okay. So, I'm going to show you some clues from last week and see if you remember. Okay, some special clues about David. I want to see if you remember them too. Okay, you ready? Clue number 1. Do you remember what this means? Love. David loved God with his whole heart. That's right, David. Good job. David did. David loved God with his whole heart. That's right. All right, David. You ready for the next clue? Do you remember this? What this means about David from the Bible? What was that animal again? What? Sheep! It's a sheep! Very good, David. David was a shepherd. Very good, that's right. David looked after sheep, right? He took care of sheep. Very good. All right, ready for the last clue? Let's see if you remember. Do you remember what this means about David? Yes. God chose David to be a king. That's right, David. God chose David to be the king of Israel. Not because David was big and strong, but because David loved God with his whole heart. Today, boys and girls, we're going to read one of my favorite stories from the Bible. And it's from 1 Samuel chapter 17. David, the hero. 3 of David's big brothers joined King Saul's army. The army was fighting the Philistines. The biggest Philistine was Goliath. Boys and girls, Goliath was a giant, and he scared all of the Israelites. So who are these 3 men right here? These are David's brothers. 1, 2, 3. Oh, who do you think this is? That's the giant Goliath. Every day Goliath stood in the valley. He'd yell, "Send someone to fight me. If anyone can knock me down, we the Philistines will work for you." But no one wanted to fight Goliath. Everyone was afraid of him. Look how big he is. Look at that. Look how big Goliath is. Who do you think's going to fight him? Meanwhile, Jesse told David, "Visit your brothers. Tell me if they are well. Pack up the donkeys with grain and cheese and bread and give it to them." So David walked, and finally David saw the camp. He gave his brothers the food. Oh, so here's David, and here's the food he's going to give them. Do you think he's going to see Goliath the giant? Let's find out. But while David was there, he heard Goliath shout. David asked, "Why doesn't someone fight him?" But everyone was afraid. "I'll fight him," David said. "God will help me." Wow. "I don't need armor," said David. He picked up 5 smooth stones. Let's count the stones. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought they said there were 5. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other one? Oh, here it is. 5. He put one in his slingshot. He said to Goliath, "You have a sword, but I have God's help." Boys and girls, is God's help bigger than the sword? It is, right? David twirled the rock in his sling. It went around and around very fast. Oh, look at Goliath. Look at Goliath, boys and girls. The rock hit Goliath's head. Big Goliath fell down. Thunk. God had helped David win the battle. Everyone said David was a hero. So David, did you like that story? Yes. David, how did David from the Bible, how did he win that battle against Goliath? Goliath was so scary and he was so big and strong. Because David had God's help. That's right, David. Boys and girls, is God bigger than Goliath? He is, right? Is God bigger than any scary thing that can come after you? He is, right? Boys and girls, do you know that God is almighty? Can you say that with me? God is almighty. That means that God is all powerful. God has power over everything. God is bigger than Goliath. And God was with David. God was with David to help him, right? Thank you guys so much for joining me this week. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And I hope you join me next week for Church at Home. Bye. Say bye, David.